students, how are you? I hope you all are fit and fine. So dear students, today in this series of revision, we are going to revise chapter 2 in first flight, Nelson Mandela, Long Walk to Freedom, written by Nelson Rolihlahla Mandela. As of now, in this series of revision, we have revised chapter 1, A Letter to God, and in grammar, the reported speech. Now we are going to revise chapter 2, A Long Walk to Freedom, written by Nelson Rolihlahla Mandela. Okay, so let us begin the detailed discussion of this chapter. A Long Walk to Freedom, Nelson Mandela. So dear students, as on your screen you can see two great persons, two great people, Nelson Mandela and Mahatma Gandhi. So both fought for freedom, but not in a violence way. They did not choose the path of violence for fighting against the system. They chose the path of non-violence. So let us begin this chapter, which is about Nelson Mandela. The chapter which we are going to read, written by Nelson Mandela. It is an autobiography. It is a piece of autobiography of him. First of all, we are going to read about the author Nelson Mandela. Nelson Mandela, born on July 18, 1918, was the first South African president to be elected in a fully representative democratic election. Trained as an attorney, he helped from the Youth League of the African National Congress, ANC in short, in 1944. In 1961, he abandoned peaceful protest and became head of the ANC's African National Congress new military wing. Sentenced to life imprisonment in 1964, Mandela came to symbolize black political aspirations and was named head of the African National Congress after his release on Feb 11, 1990. He and F.W. de Klerk shared the Nobel Peace Prize for negotiating South Africa's peaceful transition and multilateral democracy. After the African National Congress victory in the April 1994 elections, Mandela worked to ease racial tensions, court for foreign investment, and provide service to the victims of apartheid. Now, let us go through the chapter, A Long Walk to Freedom. In life, every man has twin obligations. Obligations to his family, according to Nelson Mandela. In life, every man has twin obligations. obligations to his family, to his parents, to his wife and children, and he has an obligation to his people, his community, and his country. In a civil and humane society, each man is able to fulfill those obligations according to his own inclination and abilities. But in a country like South Africa, it was almost impossible for a man of my birth and color to fulfill both those obligations. In South Africa, a man of color who attempted to live as a human being was punished and isolated. In South Africa, a man who tried to fulfill his duty to his people and inevitably was inevitably ripped from his family and his home and was forced to live a life apart, a twilight existence of secrecy and rebellion. I did not in the beginning choose to place my people above my family, but in attempting to serve my people, I found that I was prevented from fulfilling my obligations as a son, a brother, a father, and a husband. I was not born with the hunger to be free. I was born free, free in every way that I could know. Free to run in the fields near my mother's hut, free to swim in the clear stream that ran through my village, free to roast mealies under the stars and ride the broad backs of slow-moving bulls. As long as I obeyed my father and abided by my customs of my tribe, I was not troubled by the laws of man or God. It was only when I began to learn that my boyhood freedom was an illusion, when I discovered as a young man that my freedom had already been taken from me, that I had to hunger for it. At first, as a student, I wanted freedom only for myself, the transitory freedoms of being able to stay out at night, read what I please, and go where I choose. Later, as a young man in Johannesburg, I aimed for the basic and honorable freedoms of achieving my potential and earning my keep, of marrying and having a family, the freedom not to be obstructed in a lawful life. But then I slowly saw that not only was I not free, but my brothers and sisters were not free. I saw that it was not just my freedom that was curtailed, but the freedom of everyone who looked like I did. That is when I joined the African National Congress. And that is when the hunger for my own freedom became the greater hunger for the freedom of my people. It was this desire for the freedom of my people to live their lives with dignity and self-respect that animated my life, that transformed a frightened young man into a bold one, that drove a law abiding attorney to become a criminal, that turned a family loving husband into a man without a home, forced to a life loving man to live like a monk. I am no more virtuous or self sacrificing than the next man, but I found that I could not even enjoy the poor and limited freedoms I was allowed when I knew my people were not free. Freedom is indivisible. The chains on any one of my people were the chains on all of them. The chains of all of my people were the chains on me. I knew that the oppressor must be liberated just as surely as the oppressed. A man who takes away another man's freedom is a prisoner of hatred. He is locked behind the bars of prejudice and narrow mindedness. I am not truly free if I am taking away someone else's freedom. Just as surely I am not free when my freedom is taken from me. No one is born hating another person because of the color of his skin, of his background, of his religion. People must learn to hate. If they can learn to hate, they can be taught to love. For love comes more naturally to the human heart than its opposite. So, this speech which we are going through has been delivered by Nelson Mandela. So, this is the speech which was delivered by Nelson Mandela. You can also see it has been given in your book, in your chapter. So, in this story, in this lesson, in this autobiography, Nelson Mandela told us about his fight against the system of apartheid in South Africa and how he became the first president, first black president of South Africa. Now, dear students, let us go through some important points of the chapter and let us go through some solved questions, and some questions will be there for your practice. Let us go through the key points. Nelson Mandela, A Long Walk to Freedom. Key points. Nelson Mandela, the first black president of South Africa, fought for the freedom of his people. He was discriminated against by the whites along with other black people. He was an enthusiastic young boy who can sidled staying away from his home to be free. He wanted to marry the person of his choice. Gradually, he realized that freedom is more meaningful. he decided to bring home for his own people. On 10th May 1994, he was able to materialize his dreams long cherished by the black people who sacrificed their lives to give dignity to their coming generations. He gives two contradictory pictures of his country, one in which the black people were tortured and had to suffer quietly, second when the blacks will be free to live a life their own. Now, let us go through some comprehension based questions which you must write in your notebook. These all questions are very important. Comprehension based questions. We will also discuss short answer type questions and long answer type questions. You must write down all these questions in your notebook and practice. Read the passage below and answer the following questions. The policy of apartheid created a deep and lasting wound on my country and my people. All of us will spend many years, if not generations, recovering from that profound hurt, but the decades of oppression and brutality had another unintended effect, and that was that it produced the Oliver Thorbos, the Walter Sissulus, the Chief Luthulis, and Yusuf Dadus, the Bram Fishers, the Robert Sobukevs of our time. Men of such extraordinary courage, wisdom, and generosity that their like may never be unknown again. Perhaps it requires such depths of oppression to create such heights of character. My country is rich in the minerals and gems that lie beneath its soil, but I have always known that its greatest wealth is its people, finer and truer than purest diamonds. Now you have to answer these questions. What did the policy of apartheid do? Long years of oppression produced men dash. South Africa is rich in dash. The greatest wealth of South Africa is dash. Now, after first comprehension is solved, so you can also match your answers. The policy of apartheid created a deep and permanent wound in the people of South Africa and the country itself. Men of extraordinary courage, wisdom, and generosity who fought after apartheid, minerals and gems, its people you can match. Now, unsolved passage. Passage number 2, it is unsolved. 10th May dawn was bright and unclear. For the past few days, I had been pleasantly besieged by dignitaries and world leaders who were coming to pay their respect before the inauguration. The inauguration would be the largest gathering ever of international leaders of South African soil. The ceremonies took place in the lovely sandstone amphitheatre formed by the Union buildings in Pretoria. For decades, this had been the seat of white supremacy, and how it was the site of a rainbow gathering of different colors and nations for the installation of South Africa's first democratic non-racial government. So who is the speaker of these lines? Question B. The dignitaries and world leaders had come to South Africa to dash. C. It has been called a rainbow gathering because dash the ceremony took place dash. Now dear students, you must write this comprehension, these questions and their answers in your revision notebook. Now passage 3. That is when I joined African National Congress, and that is when the hunger of my own freedom became the greater hunger of the freedom of my people. It was this desire for my freedom of my people to live their lives with dignity and self-respect that animated my life, transformed a frightened young man into a bold one, that drove a law-abiding attorney to become a criminal, that turned a family-loving husband into a man without a home, that forced a life-loving man to live like a monk. I am no more virtuous or self-sacrificing than the next man, but I found that I could not even enjoy the poor and limited freedom I was allowed when I knew my people were not free. Now questions. When Mandela joined the African National Congress, his hunger for freedom dash. The dignitaries and world leaders had come to South Africa to dash. Mandela felt dash to see his people not free. D. Mandela shared to fight for his people after he joined dash. So you must write this comprehension, these questions and their answers. You must practice. It was basis 4. It was only when I began to learn that my boyhood freedom was an illusion, but when I discovered as a young man that my freedom had already been taken from me, that I began to hunger for it. At first, as a student, I wanted freedom only for myself. The transitory freedoms of being able to stay out at night, read what I pleased, and go where I chose. Later, as a young man in Johannesburg, aimed for the basic and honorable freedoms of achieving my potential, of earning my keep, of marrying and having a family, the freedom not to be obstructed in a lawful life. Now questions. When did Mandela begin to feel the hunger for freedom? When Mandela was young, he realized dash the kind of freedom he wanted for himself mean dash the Mandela wished to achieve his dash. Passage 5. But in a country like South Africa, It was almost impossible for a man of my birth and color to fulfill those obligations. In South Africa, a man of color who attempted to live as a human being was punished and isolated. Question number 1. What happened in the country like South Africa? B. A colored man who tried to live as a human being was. Who is the speaker of these lines? Human beings must get dash treatment irrespective of the color of their skin. Now short answer type questions, some solved questions. What were the major sufferings that the blacks of South Africa faced at the hands of white people? Second, which twin obligations, according to Nelson Mandela, does every man have in life? Now these are the answers, so you can write your answers and match. Okay, you can take the screenshot. So these are some solved questions. Now some unsolved questions for your practice, which you must write. How did Mandela's understanding of freedom change with age and experience? Question number 2. What was the policy of apartheid? Question number 3. What ideas does Nelson Mandela set out for the future of South Africa? Now type 3. Nelson Mandela, A Long Walk to Freedom. Long answer type questions. What difference came in Mandela's opinion about the meaning of freedom when he was a little boy and when he became young? Describe. Question number 2. Describe Mandela as an icon of anti-apartheid struggle. Third one. What did we get about freedom, the oppressor and the oppressed, from this lesson? How did Mandela get hunger of freedom? So dear students, it's all about this chapter. So as of now, in revision, we have discussed chapter 1, A Letter to God, and today we discussed this chapter 2, A Long Walk to Freedom. And dear students, as far as grammar is concerned, so most of you, I have seen in UT1, most of you made mistakes in reported speech. So that is why I revised that chapter, reported speech. So you can watch the videos of reported speech. And during revision, all the questions which are being discussed, you must write in your revision notebook. And I will also post all these questions on Snap homework. Also, I will send it in your WhatsApp group. So please go through all the questions, write them down in your notebook, and also write their answers. Attempt these questions seriously if you want to score well in this subject. So I hope both the chapters, chapter 1 and chapter 2, are very much clear. Now you are able to answer, you are able to comprehend. If any doubt, you can let me know in online classes. So thank you dear students for watching this video. So keep working hard seriously and sincerely. Only then you can score better in your board exam. None other way for scoring better in your board exam. Whatever the instructions you are receiving from the teachers, you must follow if you want to score better in your board exam. Okay, so thank you for watching the video. See you tomorrow.